Hello and welcome to episode 78 of VocTerGaming. I am your host, the vocal terrorist, Jesse Rain, and we are here with Game 2 from IPL 3. That's right, it is, first up, one of my favourite Terrans, and I know I have many favourite Terrans, but this is my channel and my show, and there's nothing you can do about that. He is, of course, Evil Genius's Puma! And spawning in the bottom left, we have our blue Protoss. He is LiquidHerO. So, wow, what a game we had yesterday, of course. That was absolutely fantastic. And I'm hoping today's is going to be just as good. I still haven't watched this. Often I'm casting games I've already seen, but these are completely fresh to me. I have not watched IPL, and so this is kind of a way for me to watch some of the best games from that too, at the same time that you get to. Now, a few bits of news. Of course, scforum.eu, I keep promoting that. Go there, check it out. It's friggin' awesome. There's some nice guys there. There's some not so nice guys there. But we're all trying to do what we can to push UK esports forward. I'm also hoping to potentially work with Team Carnage in the future. Their Starcraft 2 division. I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of the guys from there to just kind of see if they've got any ideas whether or not we can do anything for each other. As well as that, you will be noticing there are now adverts on these videos. That is so I can actually get paid for the work I do. It's not a lot of money. It only happens when you click on the advert. I'm legally not allowed to tell you to click and give me money because, to be honest, I'm not that worried about it. If people want to click on the adverts and because they're interesting and I make money from that, that's awesome. But if I don't, I'm not too concerned. Money is not my primary concern with this. I'm doing this because I friggin' love Starcraft 2. I love talking, and it's nice getting the feedback I get from the fans, from my friends, from the people who like this, from the people who become friends with me because they started out watching this channel. That's always really nice. So this has been a great experience for me. We're on to episode 78 now, which is crazy because when I started doing this I didn't think anyone would ever watch it. I didn't think people would ever care, and yet here I am uploading like 20-minute videos. I'm getting views from people who don't even know me, which is crazy, and I love it. And so thank you so very much for watching. I really am just huge fans of all of you as well. Anyway, so let's start talking about the game because stuff is happening. Puma this time, not going 1 rack 6 band, is in fact going straight up to factory. Still off only the 1 gas though, so it's not a Banshee build. Meanwhile, Hero of course, did go 1 gateway expand. So there is obviously the potential for Puma to attack to hurt Hero with this. And it looks like in fact he's going double Hellion. Okay, so this is not a strategy we often see against Protoss, because Hellions are not incredibly good against Protoss. Their shields do give them the advantage there that the Zerg do not have, but of course probes here still do die really quickly to Hellions, and of course Hellions as well can be really useful for getting rid of these pesky zealots. But it looks there, he just wanted those 2 Hellions out, so he's not going Hellion heavy. I am fine with that. It's, Hellion heavy is not a tactic we tend to see. And Puma is expanding behind this, which he pretty much has to, since Hero has expanded. Of course, these Hellions will now get in amongst the probes. Should do some damage. Do get 1. Oh, but that Hellion dies already. The second probe goes down, and now the Stalker's out, so this is over. See you later, Hellion. Okay, that was a complete waste of time from Puma. He killed 2 probes with 2 Hellions and then lost both those Hellions. So that was an absolute waste of time and money there. And look, it's forcing him to build a bunker now because he has to be prepared for this potential pushback. Building the factory and building, double reactor Hellions out of them is a lot of money. Is a lot of time investment. So you're not going to have as many Marines. You're not going to have anything else to fight. It needs to be careful here though. Does take some health damage on that Stalker, which he would not have wanted to do. And this bunker will finish, so this push is not going to happen. Another 2 barracks are up, along with in fact a 3rd barracks on the way now. This bunker will hold this attack off, does lose a zealot there. So he's going to be forced to retreat and do pretty much just a soft contain, which is going to have no harm on Puma right now, because of course Puma is not trying to expand yet. Soft contains, by the way, for those of you who don't know, are contains like this, where you're not really containing, you've not got like siege tanks or anything there that are stopping him from moving out, or a hard wall or anything. All you've got is just a few units making him not really want to leave his base. Using the factory here to scout, always a nice idea, especially if you're not going to use it, which many Terrans do not. Of course, has yet to build a starport, so losing that factory would mean you have to build a second one before starting it. This factory, of course, factories have masses of hit points there, 1,250 hit points, so that's a lot. Now I'm just going to nip back into Hero's base. We're going to see the robotics facility finish, and he's going to straight out warp an observer in. I like that. That's really, really good. This factory is going to get some scouting done though. It's going to see this on its way. There are, as yet, 0 stalkers in this base to stop it, and instead a clash up here. Some sentries there now to help against these, but there are so many bunkers there. Man, just turn around and go home. Leave a couple of units here. In fact, maybe even leave these here, as long as you can keep an eye on them. But don't try and push in anymore. With 3 bunkers pretty much full, a 4th on the way, there is just absolutely no point wasting units trying to break that down when you just aren't going to get through. Hero, of course, does have the food advantage. Now would be the perfect time to just build a nexus here, and I'm looking, in fact, I'm thinking that's pretty much what he's about to do. That's exactly what you want to do in this situation. He does salvage that 4th bunker, doesn't need it. He sees the extra pressure. Look, Marauders are out now. Yep, brilliant move by Hero. Going on home. Build a nexus. You have the money. Build a nexus. Oh, he's not building a nexus. That's annoying, but never mind. He is getting Colossus out now, which do cost a lot of money. But damn, I would have loved to see that nexus go down. That would have been a brilliant timing for it. But it looks like Hero is going to stay on 2 base. Not as of yet getting the Thermal Lance upgrade. You don't need that immediately, but of course it does become handy as the Colossi start to build up. Going to take down this pylon here. Meanwhile, Stim is on the way, and along with Terran infantry weapons, level 1, that's the attack upgrade for Marines and Marauders and Ghosts. And finally the Nexus does go down, so there we go. Later than I would have liked, but I understand wanting to get Colossi out. Interesting going for Hallucination. Not really sure what he's going to make use of that for, but we shall see whether or not in fact he does make use of it. This Colossi is joining up with this small force here. Let's see what he's got. No. Sorry, but that is not being broken by this. Unless, of course, you get some massively good force fields off and this Colossus destroys things. But I like this. Essentially what this force was supposed to do was to take out any 3rd. If the 3rd had been built here by now, Hero's force would have completely taken that out. So that's nice to see. Twilight Council on the way. Presumably High Templar versus these Marine Marauder Bioforce. Medevacs are now out, so he's going for a drop. Unfortunately, oh, it's going to get caught! Oh, Puma sees it though and turns around. Thank God for that. Hallucinating a second Colossus to make it look like he has more forces than he does. I'm not too sure about that. But he's doing it anyway. And now Stims, oh, but brilliant force fields block off that Stimmed army. I love that. Making them waste medevac energy, wasting health there. Excellent move by Hero, love it completely. Hero's playing this really, really well. Charge is on the way for the Zealots, that's really good. Combat Shield is pretty much done now. We'll finish around the same time as the attack upgrade for the infantry. Another factory is being built now. This drop was going to land, but of course, once again, it's been spotted. Hero is doing really well to stop that harass. Interestingly, look at this. He's building Immortals now and just hallucinating extra Colossus. And that is fantastic, because what that's going to do is force a complete overreaction Viking-wise. And of course, Vikings are going to be completely useless, considering there's only 1 actual Colossus here. That is fantastic. Oh, I'd never even considered that. That is beautiful, beautiful play there by Hero. And as we see, the command center landing at Puma's 3rd. So Puma's now going to start catching up in economy with those mules. That's going to help. Oh, Stim's going to take out the 3rd of Hero! Medivacs coming in for support, and there is not enough here from Hero right now. More on the way though. Colossus coming in. 2 hallucinated Colossi do vanish though, so that Forge gets depowered. Nothing was being built out of there though at the time. Decent force fields do split the army, but not enough. Those zealots die so quickly, and of course there is not a great deal here in terms of firepower, so loses more than he would have liked. These Medivacs do now escape, yes, but all in all that was a much better move for Puma than it was for Hero. Notice how the food counts have equalised. Blink is on the way along with Templar Archives for the High Templar. Another Nexus is going back up, but of course these have not gone very far away. He could potentially pick more units up and attack with them, but Hero now pushing out onto the map. I like that, that's good. Trying to deny map control from your opponent. Map control obviously so important in terms of being able to position your army where you like, take extra bases. Ghost Academy on the way now, so we're going to have Ghosts. Of course this is pre-patch Ghosts like we found out yesterday, so they do have the massive EMP range. You could probably EMP this entire army all at once. All these sentries of course would immediately lose all their sexy energy. Sonic Storm and ground weapons level 1 on the way for Hero. Meanwhile, infantry weapons level 2 and infantry armor level 1 on the way for Puma. So he is going double eBay. A lot is going on, despite the fact that not much is actually happening, if you understand what I mean. There is a lot of macro going on for these players. Upgrades are coming. Ship weapons level 1. Going to help the Vikings take down the Colossus even quicker. And of course there is still only 1 Colossus in this army. I do kind of question that decision. I guess I like it, forcing the Viking overreaction. But he hasn't really forced a massive overreaction. If we just check the units tab, we see only 3 Vikings so far. So, not exactly an overreaction there. Not forcing to get Vikings over Medivacs. He already has all the Medivacs he needs right now. So we shall see. Now there is a lot of High Templar here though. That is 5 High Templar, and they can do a lot of damage if you start storming in amongst SCVs. But there is Planetary Fortress here. Zealots moving forward to tank the damage. Force fielding away those SCVs, but this army comes in and gets stormed. Stormed again. Those are wonderfully placed storms, completely blocking off Puma from getting in there. And of course he doesn't have Ghost for this army yet. The Ghost Academy is very late in coming, so this entire base goes down, and Hero does not lose a lot at all. Hero with a massive food advantage right now, in fact. These Marauders trying to take out that Colossus does not happen, and so he catches up to this army again, losing some Zealots here. Vikings coming in now will kill that Colossus, because they are slightly faster than it. Leave some Stalkers behind to take down these Vikings though. They are going good guns for that Colossus. Do not get it though. Down to 42 hit points, and now this army of Stalkers is just going to sit here for a little bit and see if the Terran follow-up is on the way, but of course it is not. Archon does morph here to try and battle these Marauders. These Stalkers did get brought back to the main army, and again another attack. There is not enough energy on those High Templars yet, and it does get taken down in fact, making him use force fields and running backwards. Very even engagements here right now. Of course this missile turret will do absolutely nothing, as there are no Colossi on the field anymore. Well there should be. Where is it? There was one. Did he get that Colossus? I don't want to check, because right now there's a massive fight going on here. Zealots charging into the base now, but using up that charge ability, now forced to retreat. As they do here. Going to quickly switch to the units tab. Nope, that Colossus did go down at some point. I did miss that. Apologies for that. Forge is there, or is rather on the way. Cannon's now going down, so he's going to go double upgrades. Ground armor level 1 on the way. I should have got that before attack, but never mind. Especially against a Bioforce where you need the Zealots to tank. These observers, by the way, doing a wonderful job at showing Hero exactly what is going on in the bases of Puma. And again, he's going to break up this third. Going to attack this before it becomes a planetary fortress. Has to cancel and lift. But these Zealots are going to get a lot of SCV kills again. And again, wonderful force fields there. Dismantling some mules while he's at it. a waste of time, a waste of energy for Puma there. Always good. Infantry weapons level 3 on the way now, along with extended thermal lance. So Colossi, it looks like, are making a comeback in this match. Finishes making one and immediately starts a second. Things are tense. If he can continually deny this third base like he does with that storm there, this is going to be wonderful for Hero. He is going to get so far ahead, and he does burn it. Will it burn down? It does. The command center dies again, and again he pulls back with virtually no damage taken. Just some EMPs on his army. And now Hero is taking the gold base as well. Interestingly enough, GSL will no longer have gold bases in it. Presumably because fuck mules. But that is going to be interesting to see whether or not that works. Cannons going up here. We have cannons over here defending this base from drops. We have a couple of Vikings scouting around the map now, which is pretty much what you need to use it for. That Stalker does die, obviously. Ghosts are with this army. Nexus is going to finish before Puma attacks. In fact, Puma pulls back. Interestingly. I don't blame him, because this is a large force of Archon, Sentry, Colossi, Zealot Stalker, making pretty much every gateway unit he possibly can. Oh, look at all those EMPs though! Damn! That was some EMPing going on there. But of course, not a lot happening there, apart from one Colossi being poorly rallied. He was, of course, trying to escape down here, but he did get taken down. Snipes going down now, and in fact some Archons being attacked. Does pull back to the somewhat safety of this fourth base with the 3 cannons there. Puma needs to be careful. He's going to find himself sandwiched here if he's not careful. He does have the food advantage right now though, and he does have a really nice army composition. Taking down warp gates though, they are not being used. And doing massive damage here right now. Hero needs to come in and stop this attack before he loses too much, but of course losing so many units every time he goes in. Loses his second base. Colossi now doing some damage. Decent force fields there, but mostly force fielding it away from the rest of his army. Moving now into the base, taking down more gateways. Good Sonic Storms going down though. Going to do a ton of damage and really soften them up for the Colossi to finish off. So this attack is dead. Hero did manage to hold that off. The medevacs pick up what's left, but they are coming in now to attack this fourth base. So that was nice. Got a couple of cannons. Didn't deny the base though. Did take out an awful lot of probes there. So down some medevacs go. Nice retaliation push here from Hero. It's not going to get anything done. That is an orbital commander, interestingly, not a planetary. Needs to be careful with this Colossus though, doesn't want to lose it to the Viking, and does in fact. Oh, bad control there from Hero. That is not exactly Huck style control. Meanwhile, Hero once again trying to deny this third. Brilliant Sonic Storms once more, blocking the Terran in there, doing a lot of damage, morphing another Archon in, and these Stalkers blinking forwards, shutting everything down once more. Hero is doing brilliant damage here. Puma lost his entire army now. So he has got nothing but SCVs right now. If we just have a quick look at the units tab, and in fact, he has nothing. Oh my god. And he GG's. Hero goes 1-1 in the IPL versus Puma. Best of 3, final game coming tomorrow. Wow. Hero just constantly denying this third inning, slowly expanding. Oh, Puma's mistake was getting stuck in here. It was a brilliant attack, but when he got caught in here, when he was able to be force fielded, his better composition did not work out for him. He wasn't able to continually use the Ghost EMP, and just lost everything in one last attack. Brilliant counter-attack though by Hero in retaliation, and of course that levels it up at 1-1. So I will be back tomorrow with Game 3 of LiquidHerO versus EGPuMa. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow.